Do-do-do-do. 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 Ookie and the spooky. Do-do-do-do. I can't remember the lyrics for the fucking life of me. I think it's like they're ookie and they're spooky. They're all a little kooky or something like that. Or, I don't know. I just know. Do-do-do-do. 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 Anyway, I would use both hands, but I'm holding the phone. So, as you can tell from my little intro, what we are here for today, 2019 animated The Addams Family, and also went and saw the 1994 Ghostbusters. This is the 35th anniversary for that this year, and so I did a double feature. But before we get into that, I'd like to state that all these videos are all my personal opinion, and that some of these videos may contain spoilers, and they also may contain a little bit of language. I try not to use language in my videos, but every once in a while it just slips out of me without thinking about it. I'm doing my video out here in the garage because people are sleeping and I don't want to wake anybody up. I'm gonna get a drink of my water because I'm kind of... I noticed it helps a lot to have water when I'm doing these videos. Anyway, so with that having been said, let's get right into it. Alright, so as I said before, I did a double feature today. I did the 1994 Ghostbusters, 1984, duh! I should know that because it's my fucking favorite movie of all time. 1984 Ghostbusters and the 2019 The Addams Family animated movie that just came out. Well, technically it's after midnight, so yesterday, well, it officially releases today, October 11th, but, you know, a lot of theaters do early showings, so I saw it yesterday. And I wanted to watch it before Halloween. As you guys know, I've been watching horror movies. I get my horror movie on during the month of October, and I continue on watching horror movies during what I like to call Halloween month. And so I watched all of the Chucky movies, all 7 of them. I've seen the 2019 Chucky remake when it came out in theaters, but not recently, not this month. I also, as I mentioned, Ghostbusters and the Addams Family. So I wanted to have a little, not just straight up horror movie, but have a little, you know, fun, you know, family friendly fun. And I know that looked like I just picked my nose when I did that. Anyway, so I did that. I am going to watch the 1999 Sleepy Hollow with Christina Ricci, and I am also, and Johnny Depp is also in that, and I also have plans to watch Friday the 13th, and I also have plans to watch It, the 2017 remake. I've seen it several times. I watched it a crap ton of times in theaters, and I own it on Blu-ray. But I just got done watching It Chapter 2 a few days ago, so I want to watch the first one now. Out of chronological order, but I've already seen it a long time ago. So, but now I want to go back and watch It, the 2017 one. So yeah, so Chapter 2 was also one that I've already watched. I've seen it twice now in theaters. I loved watching it. I loved watching it, Chapter 2, and the first It, and then It Chapter 2. I loved watching Chapter 2. I appreciated so much more than the first time, even though I loved it the first time. And then, and then I also plan, like I said, I also plan on watching Friday the 13th. And then I'm probably going to watch The Sixth Sense. And then I'm probably also going to watch, shoot. I forget now. I have it in my room. I have it on Blu-ray. Oh, duh. I'm also going to watch Zombieland, the first one, and I'm going to make sure I watch that before the sequel comes out, because I guarantee I'm probably going to be watching Zombieland Double Tap opening weekend. I'm fucking excited. The first one was awesome, and I've seen the first one is awesome, and I'm gonna rewatch it again right before I go watch the sequel. I can't fucking wait. Such a good freaking comedy horror movie. And then I think I've already seen this in theaters. It was called The Dead Don't Die with Bill Murray, Adam Driver, Iggy Pop is in it. RZA is in it. Steve Buscemi is in it. Danny Glover is in it. Selena Gomez is in it. Like, all these actors either play like regular people or they play zombies in the film. And that was kind of like, it was kind of like an indie, it was an indie film, so it was an indie version. It was kind of like an indie version of Zombieland. And I really like that one, so I really want to own that on Blu-ray, and when I'm gonna pick it up before Halloween, and I'm gonna watch it. So yeah, I got my horror movies cut out for the rest of this month, and probably might even go into like a little bit into November. Anyway, I love Halloween. Halloween is my favorite holiday out of all of them. But long story short, let's get into what I came to talk about. I've already talked for way too long. So, I went and saw, well, as you can see, my Stay Puft Marshmallow Man t-shirt. I went and saw the 1984 Ghostbuster classic. I love that movie. Anybody and everybody who knows me, they know that I absolutely love Ghostbusters. It is my favorite movie of all time. Let's see if I can, see if we can get it on camera. I'm gonna get it touched up. Can I get the angle to, maybe, it's hard to angle. I'm gonna turn the video this way, actually. There we go. I have a Ghostbuster tattoo. I've had that for quite a few years. I'm going to get it touched up. I'm going to add to it. The time I'm done with it, it's going to be a full, like, little bit over a half a sleeve of nothing but Ghostbusters on my arm. I cannot wait. I need to save up some money. It's going to cost quite a penny. My tattoo artist, I've been throwing a bunch of ideas with him back and forth about that, and him and I have been coming up with some great ideas. So it's going to be a Ghostbuster poster, or like a Ghostbuster mural, if you will, down all around my arm, and might actually go down like my side a little bit. Yeah, and you can see my Ghostbuster hat. I have like a full Ghostbuster costume. Like, we're talking proton pack, we're talking trap, we're talking PKA meter, we're talking the goggles. I have Ghostbuster. I have models of the cars. I have little Funko Pops, Ghostbuster Funko Pops. I have so many freaking Ghostbuster shirts. I have Ghostbuster socks. Um, you know, I have so much Ghostbuster shit. Ghostbuster is my all-time favorite movie ever since I was a kid. I love it. I every time I own it on Blu-ray, I own it on DVD, I own it on Steelbook. I um, I own it on 4K. Uh, Even though I don't even have a 4K player. I'm gonna get a drink of my water. I can go on forever how much my passion is for Ghostbusters. I mean, yeah, such a great cast. I mean, fucking Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Sigourney Weaver, Ernie Hudson. Um, hold this down here like that. Okay, that's a little bit more comfortable. Ernie Hudson, Rick Moranis, um, Annie Potts, Harold Ramis, the great late Harold Ramis. Rest in peace, buddy. I mean, you were amazing. You're an amazing writer. You're an amazing director. You're an amazing actor. Anyway, so yeah, rest in peace, Harold Ramis. I cannot wait for Ghostbusters 3. It is 100% official. It is coming out next year, July 10th, 2020. I cannot wait. There are no words express how much I'm excited about Ghostbusters 3. This has been a project that has been in the works for 30 years. It is a direct sequel to Ghostbusters 2. I cannot wait. I am beyond excited. I'm gonna go opening day. I'm gonna see the first showing, and I promise you, I'm gonna be so excited when those opening credits roll. I'm gonna start crying, full tears of joy. I cannot wait. I'm so fucking pumped and stoked about Ghostbusters 3 that it's actually finally, the battle is over. It is happening. They're bringing back all the original cast members. Even Bill Murray, that has been fighting it and fighting it and fighting it, he is coming back. And I really hope that they accomplish bringing back Rick Moranis one more time, bring him out of retirement, and bring him into Ghostbusters 3. Jason Reitman, the son of Ivan Reitman, that produced and directed, and I think he was a ghostwriter, pun intended, on the original film. The original film was written by Dan Aykroyd and Harold Ramis. Anyway, so Ivan Reitman was the original director and producer of the original two, and he might have been a ghostwriter, I think. Anyway, so his son, Jason Reitman, you might recognize him from various films such as Thank You for Not Smoking, Juno, Up in the Air. He's got pretty good, I think he also did something with Scarlett Johansson, I think, or no, it was Charlize Theron. It was like something called Adult. I can't remember the name of the title. Anyway, he's got a pretty damn good resume, and he is the son of the original director and producer of Ghostbusters, and he is directing and producing Ghostbusters 3. So the movie's not going to only be about passing down the torch down to new Ghostbusters, but technically behind the scenes, they're passing down the torch as well. Ivan Reitman's coming back to produce the movie, and I'm sure he's going to be guiding his son along when it comes to directing it. So I'm sure Ivan Reitman's going to be like, a ghost director on this film. I'm sorry, I have to use that pun. And so I cannot wait to see Ghostbusters 3 directed and produced. And I think Jason Reitman might also be lending a hand on writing it as well, by Jason Reitman, coming out July 10th, 2020. it's going to be amazing with all the original cast so far. Hopefully they can get Rick Moranis, and then it'll be all the original cast. So it's got most of the original cast. Well, other than, of course, Harold Ramis, who passed away in 2014. That was a very, very sad day for me. I cried. God rest your soul. Rest in peace, Harold Ramis. Like I said, you're amazing. I have so much love and respect for you, just as a writer and a director and an actor. Anyway, so they did a special screening, and so I've seen Ghostbusters in theaters so many times. I've seen it on the 20th anniversary. I've seen it on the 25th anniversary. I've seen it on the 30th anniversary, and now the 35th anniversary. So it was only in theaters for 2 days. I think during like the 30th anniversary, it was either the 25th or the 30th anniversary. It was in theaters for a whole week. But excuse me. Anyway, so there's that, and so I caught this on the last day that it was available to watch. Damn, I'm gassy. I'm so sorry. I caught Ghostbusters on the last day that it was in theaters, which was technically yesterday, on the 10th of October, for the 35th anniversary re-release, and it was pretty cool. They, it's always as great as always. It's an amazing film. If you haven't seen it, watch Ghostbusters. Watch 1 and 2. I know a lot of people don't care much for 1 and 2 as much. I mean, don't care much for the second one as much as the first one. But still, I mean, what a great cast and what a great movie. Comedy, horror film, that dry sense of humor, slapstick comedy, and like the ghosts look amazing. The animatronics mixed with the CGI looks amazing. It was like state of the art back then when they made the original back in they started making it back in '83, and it hit the theaters in '84. June 8th, 1984 was when it was released in the theaters. Anyway, and I've also seen it on the big screen. I've also seen it on the big screen like a few other times, not just like the anniversaries, but I've also seen it like when it was just specially released during like flashback movie screenings during like Halloween time or right before Halloween. But this year is special because it was the 35th anniversary. They showed bonus features, like a few extra deleted scenes that I have not seen on the Blu-rays or even the 35th anniversary Blu-ray and 4K combo pack. I have not seen these special features, so they must have specially saved it just for the re-release into theaters. So it was really cool, and then they had all the before, like, so they showed the bonus features. Also, they showed the cast members: Sigourney Weaver, Annie Potts, Dan Aykroyd, Ernie Hudson, the writer and producer Ivan Reitman, and Bill Murray. They showed them all together, like as they are today, like just sitting there and like talking about the love for the film and talking about how much they enjoyed making this film 35 years ago and how much they still love and appreciate it today. And it was just how much, like, even Bill Murray was even saying, like, the movie was a masterpiece, and it still holds up very well today. So yeah, I've seen it like on the big screen like 6 or 7 times now that I think about it more. Damn, I am really gassy for some messed up I drank too much soda. And so, and the next time it's on the big screen, guarantee I'm going to be there, and guarantee I'm going to be there wearing one of my Ghostbuster shirts. Because, like I said, I have so many Ghostbuster shirts. This one right here, my parents got me for like birthday or Christmas or something. I always forget because my birthday and Christmas are only 11 days apart. So, my parents got me that shirt. I think it was for Christmas last year, and it's a freaking awesome shirt. I mean, Mr. Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. That is really really awesome. Anyway, yeah. So if you haven't seen the original 19 I almost said 94 again, 84, and the 1989 Ghostbusters 2, I highly recommend it. Seriously, like hands down, you have to see this movie. Like, this is a big part of my childhood, and I'm gonna love that movie to the end of time. Matter of fact, I'm such a huge Ghostbusters fan. I even liked the 2016 female Ghostbusters. I think the subtitle was called Ghostbuster. I think it was called Ghostbusters, and then the subtitle was called Answer the Call. Yeah, it was not. It was like not the greatest film ever, but it still had redeemable qualities about it. So, I went and saw that, and like I said, it's always been an amazing film. Ghostbusters is fucking amazing. I just there are no words to explain to how amazing Ghostbusters is, and it always makes me feel good when I go to the theaters and I see people that are my age or older or maybe even younger, and they bring their little ones with them to the theaters, and so it's like they're doing what my mom did for me when I was young, and my mom was the one who introduced me to the original Ghostbusters when I was a kid, and I fell in love with it ever since. And so it kind of makes me feel really good. It moves my heart a little bit, knowing that parents are still bringing their kids to these classic, awesome films, you know, of yesteryear, you know, to enjoy and, to experience with them for the first time. There was a whole family down below that, in their, and I remember them saying, I overheard the parents, well, especially the dad saying, like, you're going to love this. This is going to be good. And, like, it made me feel so proud, like, that something like that just continues to live on. And anyway, I can go on forever and ever and ever and hours on Ghostbusters, but I'm going to stop right there because I'm sure you're like, where the hell is my Addams Family review? Anyway, so on to the Addams Family, 2019. My own personal opinion, I didn't expect it to be like great, I didn't expect it to be like really up there, up high on my scale, but I did not expect it to be as bad as it was. I expected it to be, a fun popcorn flick, something fun for the entire family, something that everybody can enjoy. I thought it was going to be a few laughs, a few really good laughs. I thought it was going to be creative. I thought it was just going to be a fun, bring back good memories of my childhood movie, a fun movie to watch during the month of Halloween. Uh, you know, if you plan on seeing it, lower your standards. Who knows? You might like it. You might not. I don't know. Young kids might like it. I don't know. To me, there wasn't much of a plot. There wasn't much story there. Maybe there was, but after watching it the first 20 minutes, my brain was so numb from watching it. I was just zombified because I was so bored. I was so bored. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely do not like it when people pull out their cell phones during movies. I do not want to see that light. So I always turn my cell phone brightness all the way down, and I keep my cell phone put away. And I turn off the ringer and all that stuff. Well, my ringer's always off anyway. But don't get me wrong, I literally was holding my cell phone up against my chest and like slowly peeking down at the time every 7 to 10 minutes. And like, it was that slow. The movie was really slow and really, really boring. Like I said, I was zombified because I was like, I much rather, watch snails go across the room repeatedly 1,000 times. I'd rather watch paint dry. It was so slow. I was literally checking, like I said, I was checking my phone every 7 to 10 minutes. But like, oh my god, that 7 to 10 minutes was feeling like eternity. Like literally, it was feeling like eternity. Like, oh, it was. Oh man, I was bored to death. I was just numb. Like, I was like hoping at least 20 to 30 minutes went by, at least 25 minutes go by, but only 7 to 10 minutes went by. And I was like, oh my. And there was even a few times where it was only like 5 minutes that went by, and I was just bored to death. I was really hoping it was going to be a really good one. It has a really good cast. It has Oscar Isaac, Charlize Theron, Chloe Grace Moretz. It has Finn Wolfhard. Yeah, I think Finn Wolfhard. He's the kid from Stranger Things, and he also plays Richie, the young kid or teenager in It Chapter 1 and Chapter 2. Yeah, Finn Wolfhard. It had Allison Channing was there. Bette Midler was in it. Who else was in it? It had a good cast. But honestly, I think that if it was live action with the same exact cast that I just mentioned, also Snoop Dogg was in it, but we'll get to that in a minute. If it seriously had, well, not including Snoop Dogg, I'll get to that in a minute. But seriously, all those Oscar Isaac, Charlize Theron, and all those casts that I just mentioned, if it had all them, but in a live action version of this movie, then you can see the expressions on their faces better when they were telling these jokes that I was constantly rolling my eyes out. I honestly think it would have been so much better. I need to get some water. I seriously think it would have been so much better if it was just live action with those exact actors and actresses in it. The movie was just a dud. Like, all their jokes, I only laughed like 2, maybe 3 times, but it wasn't like a good laugh. It was just like, oh, I think the next, if I ever were to watch it ever again, which I never will, there won't be a single laugh. Like, those laughs have already been spent. like the jokes that they used in the movie have been used so many times, and there was no creativity behind them. Like sometimes jokes, like a good fart joke. Don't get me wrong, good fart jokes can be worn down pretty quick, but sometimes you can reinvent that fart joke and it's freaking hilarious. But these jokes have been worn down and they've been used several times in other movies, and there was no creativity behind them. There's no reinventing behind these jokes. They were just bad. They fell so flat. And I'm sorry to say, but that's just my personal opinion. That's just how I personally feel about this movie. I don't ever want to see this movie again. As a matter of fact, I actually considered walking out, which I have never considered. It's very well. That's not true. I have. It's very rare that I actually considered walking out of a movie. But in this situation, I I was literally biting my tongue just to stick it out, just so I can give you guys this review. Because I don't feel like it would be an honest review if I left the movie and I did not complete it. Because maybe, sometimes movies that are really bad at the beginning somehow turn it around at the end. But this one did not. This one did not turn it around at all. This movie was utterly horrible, boring trash. I had to vent. I'll do the whole Snoop Dogg thing. So Snoop Dogg provides the voice of Cousin It.